What's up, fight fans? In today's video, Dana White finally made that big announcement he promised.
Kansas City. I'm announcing Kansas City now.
And honestly, a lot of fans are disappointed. Sean O'Malley made statement.
My life has completely changed over the last year.
Plus, Machado Garry just took another wild short notice fight. Same story, different beast. Renato Moicano and Gilbert Burns cruelly taunted the fans. Plus, Zabit Sharipov continues to captivate the MMA world. And finally, everyone's still talking about Topuria versus Makhachev. But now Demetrious Johnson jumps in.
But I think, why not just have him versus Arman Tsarukian?
So without further ado, let's get started. Just yesterday, Dana White teased a huge fight announcement and fans were waiting on edge. And finally, he made it official. Dvalishvili will defend his title in a rematch against Sean O'Malley. This matchup felt expected, but many fans were still hoping for something else.
316. UFC 316 is at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, June 7th. And the main event is Merab versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. Rob's on a 12-fight win streak. He has the bantamweight record for win streaks, all time. Most takedowns landed, most control time, etc., etc. Merab is on a roll. Sean's coming back.
And let's be real, fans aren't crazy about rematches where they already know what's going to happen. Most believe that Merab will once again shut O'Malley down and keep the belt around his waist. Sure, hypothetically, Sean could pull off a win, but few believe in that scenario. At this stage, it's difficult to envision any opponent defeating Merab in a 5-round fight. The guy's a human tornado with endless cardio, and nobody's figured out how to shut him down yet. Unless someone lands a miracle shot early, he's just going to drown them in pace. Here's what some fans are saying. One fan wrote, "Yet another example of the UFC's protection and favoritism towards Sean O'Malley. He has done nothing to deserve this since he lost to Merab the first time." Another wrote, "The fight no one wanted to see again got made. Dana's really missing the mark lately." Fredo wrote, "Not much different from the first. Sean should have gone to Dagestan for 2 to 3 years. Jokes aside, Sean and his team are a really smart team. I don't see them rebooking this fight if they didn't have a solid plan. Looking forward to it either way." Another fan added, might as well have been an April Fool's joke. Who cares about this? UFC still can't get a fight for their best active fighter, Ilia, or make Jon Jones fight again. Very poor show. Sean O'Malley recently revealed how his defeat to Merab forced him to completely change his approach to fighting.
Dude, I am so excited for this fight. Sugar Shane versus Merab 2 is happening, and I don't think people are going to be too happy about it. My life has completely changed over the last year. Last time I fought him, I was 29. I'm 30 now. I'm a grown man. I have hair on my chest now. I quit smoking weed too. I haven't gamed either. I quit gaming. Yeah, I also haven't yee-hooed once this year.
Jade the Peen?
Haven't Jade the Peen once this year.
Not once.
Not once this whole year. Last camp we had some shit going on. My body hasn't felt this good since 2022. Gonna fight at my full potential. I know I'm gonna be a huge underdog. Everyone's gonna count me out. Just like the Aljo fight. I want to jinx it, but dude, if I can just keep this pace up, how we've been able to train these last few weeks, all the way up into the fight, I'm going to be 70% better than I was in that first fight.
The UFC also announced they'll start using AI to rank fighters. Dana says it's just the beginning, but fans are already asking, how will this actually work? And one big question stands out. If the AI does its job right, will Jon Jones even make the list? How it might affect Jones's ranking, especially given his controversial career.
But don't worry, my friend. AI will be here soon, and this will all be fixed. We get all these bums that know nothing about fighting out of this shit and get AI in here, and we can fix all these rankings. Jon Jones is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. It's undebatable. Anybody who even tries to debate this with me, you're just hating on Jon Jones. These are facts. Undebatable. The baddest dude to ever walk the face of the earth in combat sports. What's up, everybody? UFC and Meta just signed a massive long-term partnership. Meta will now become UFC's first ever official fan technology partner. This is great news for UFC fans. Why? We started to work with Meta to create a new fighter ranking system that will debut later this year, thank God.
Machado Garry takes huge risk. Garry just shocked the MMA world once more, accepting a short-notice fight against dangerous Brazilian knockout artist Carlos Prates. The two will face off on April 26th in Kansas City, but this isn't the first time the Irishman steps up on short notice. At the end of last year, he accepted a fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov with only 3 weeks to prepare. And even though he lost by decision, Garry became the first fighter to go the distance with Nomad and give him a real test. Now he's doing it again.
Right, it's official. You've got a new main event, Kansas City, Missouri, me versus Carlos Prates, April 26th. I'm excited. Why? The UFC go, we need someone. Who do we need? Who do we call? You call me. Why? Because I'm a real fighter who wants to fight the best in the world. I'm going to show everybody how good I am. Carlos Prates is awesome, but this is my world. I love to fight. There's nothing more I love in this world than fighting. Missouri, Kansas City, let's go. Ireland, get your tickets, get your flights. Brazil, get your tickets, get your flights. And Brazil, desculpa, vocês têm 2 brasileiros nessa luta. Vamos lá. Prates, viva se abril 26.
A few days ago, Show Me the Money podcast dropped a bomb. Renato Moicano was supposedly set to fight Gilbert Burns at UFC 315 in a catchweight bout. Fans were stunned because these two are known to be close friends. But here's the twist. The whole thing turned out to be an April Fool's joke. And later on, MMAfighting.com included it in a roundup of other MMA April Fool's pranks. So no real beef, no fight booking, just classic April 1st chaos. But it wasn't the only joke MMA fans got hit with. Cage Warriors claimed Michael Bisping was returning to fight Dario Belandi. Total troll move. Tyson Fury as James Bond. Yep, Fury announced he'd be the next 007. Replacing Daniel Craig. Also, at 40 years old, Ben Askren joked he was joining the University of Iowa wrestling team. That one got people real confused. The MMA world can't stop buzzing about a potential super fight between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev. Fans everywhere are demanding this matchup, while some analysts are pushing for another explosive option, Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. But recently, MMA legend Demetrious Johnson weighed in with a different perspective. He believes Arman Tsarukian should be Topuria's next opponent. Johnson argues that Arman's style, speed, and toughness would push Topuria to his limits and prove whether he's truly ready for a chance. Zabit Magomedov continues to captivate the MMA world. The featherweight maestro, one of the sport's most innovative minds, keeps sharing his revolutionary techniques, proving why fans still beg for his return.
Держишь, не отпускайте никуда. Ну что, хорошо. Нет, да? Еще раз. Можно так. Всегда проблема была.
Ай-яй-яй.
Нормально.
Two hours later.
Guys, we're so close to hitting 85,000 followers. We'd really appreciate it if you subscribed and don't forget to drop a like. Thanks in advance for the support.